Hey guys, Zero here. First video of 2016, and I want to finish up these last few Overwatch videos so that I can move on to some other stuff. I think that this was a pretty good match, and I get to show a few heroes that I haven't yet. You'll see that this one immediately followed the all Genji Assault match, so let's jump into it.
Watchpoint Gibraltar.
So this match I finally get to start off as a soldier, which is usually what I try to start with, but a lot of times throughout the day people were either picking the same class or picking too many offensive heroes, so I felt the need to change. But here I will actually get to start off as the soldier.
We're all soldiers now.
And I feel like the soldier is a pretty straightforward hero. I feel like he's just kind of like one really I think meant for beginners. Because he's not complicated. He has a basic gun, he's got sprint.
Thanks.
He has a healing unit that he can throw down, creates this little area of effect where both you and your allies get healed inside of it. And his right click is just a basic triple missile rocket shot.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Little pre-game taunting, as well as trying to scope out what heroes they have. Right now I can only see the Reinhardt. Also trying to figure out where I should post up for the start. I decide to go ahead and head on up top, so I can also have some cover.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And right off the bat, you're going to see that they have not just one, but two Reinhardts, which is a pretty good idea because it's a nice way to help get your allies out. It's going to be a little tough sometimes at the very start of a match when you're stuck inside there and they're not letting you out the entrances. I can't really see where the other enemies are, so I'm mostly just watching the doorway, trying to keep them pinned down inside and separated from anyone that's currently outside. This McCree tries to come out, but he quickly gets taken down. And I'm constantly trying to look at the player list and see how many are actually alive. Trying to keep that Zenyatta stuck inside. I can hear some fighting going on to the bottom right of me. I see a Hanzo here fighting one of my allies, so I decided to help out. And we ultimately take him down. I'm trying to heal my ally, but unfortunately, she bites the dust. And I can see here that I'm going to be stuck on a 2-on-1, so I decide to retreat inwards a bit to also heal and make sure that they can't grab the healing. But at this point, I should have moved up the stairs sooner because McCree gets behind me and takes me down. I think by this point, my allies were all probably dead. So I was starting to get double and triple teamed there. I decided to switch to the D.Va so that I can try to get some practice with her. I used her a bit throughout the day, but not too much. She was one of the heroes that I did kind of like playing as. Not really good for trying to take out a guy from this far away, but trying to at least do my job of suppressing them. And here I'm actually going to retreat back to get some health. And I figure since I'm so close to the home base here, I might as well just stand inside for a quick heal. And since I have the flight, I can just try to quickly get back in the action. It's good for movement, not just for flying up top somewhere, but to actually just move around quickly. I try throwing up the reflective shield, but you'll see that most of the time I tend to mistime it here. And I don't really get good use out of it for this match.
Fully operational.
Heal up one more time. Now I'm going to actually fly up top to try to get a better defensive position.
I've got you in my sights.
I should have thrown up my reflective shield sooner against the soldier. A little too late there with it. I try to retreat before I lose all my health, but luckily the D.Va has an auto ability where when she runs out of health like that, she automatically jumps out of the mech, it gets blown up, but I don't die. And if I can wait long enough or do enough damage, I can recharge my ultimate to get my mech back. You'll see here that I actually thought that maybe going back to the home base and standing inside the healing area would help get me back my mech sooner, but it does not. At least now I'm already back inside of it. And this soldier's going to be a little annoying hiding behind the payload. I probably should have just gotten more aggressive and gotten up on top and in his face. My ultimate is charged, but I, again, forgot about it, so I don't think I ever really used it here as the diva. You can hear the Reinhardt coming from behind me, but it's too late to move. Somehow I get a 5-player kill streak. Help take out this McCree on the side here. Can't really do too much as a diva without her mech. Here I thought that, well, 1, I get the 6-player kill streak, and then 2, I thought that I was being killed by the Genji's ultimate, but you actually look at the replay, and it was a Tracer who did the classic move of zipping in twice, throwing her ultimate mine, teleporting back, and then setting it off. It's a very good move. I see a lot of players doing that. So I decided to switch back to good old Bastion again. I'm going to kind of go the long way here so I can get up top and get a good position. Set up shop and help suppress them back. As well as break the Reinhardt shield again. I love using Bastion for breaking Reinhardt's shield, because there's nothing they can really do. They have to keep the shield up or they'll die. And it quickly eats through it. Move a little bit to get a better angle. I break the Reinhardt shield, but I'm not able to get a kill off on him. Which is ultimately a mistake here, because I did not notice that he's actually coming up the stairs. You can also hear him. And so he gets me from behind. Very good kill on his part. I need to pay more attention to the actual sounds, and not to mention learn the maps more, of course. I did not realize that they could come up that way. This time instead, I'm going to stay on the ground floor. Plus also, I didn't want to waste too much time trying to get up top. Try to keep pushing them back here, as well as try to shoot at the little space underneath the payload. Works out alright. You'll see that I actually don't stay there the entire time. I do try to move around a little bit, so that I'm not too predictable, so that they don't know where I am at all times. Because if I stay in the same exact spot the whole time, they'll pick up on that. I should take out both of the Reinhardts. So now I move out to the right, again to get a new position. I see that some fighting's going on up there, so I try to move and get in on that, but I don't really get a chance to. See one of their allies is coming up there, but I could not take them out before they made it up the stairway. The Reinhardt's back. So I'm going to try to move off to the right here to kind of get a better side position. But the Reinhardt stuns me, a nice move, and again, I get pinned and killed. It seems to happen a lot against Reinhardts, especially when I'm Bastion. I should have either kept on moving to the right and stayed back a little bit more, or switched to turret mode sooner. Even just a second sooner would have been better. See there that a friend of mine was actually trying to message me, but I could not reply while I was in the match.
The payload has reached the
Managed to help take out that Reinhardt with that last little bit of health there. My ally was able to get to him before he escaped. Getting some random orbs thrown at me from down below. I do actually remember that I can heal as a Bastion. I tend to forget that a lot. sure that I don't let that guy get away there. For some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to drop on down and get inside the Zenyatta's face, which obviously was not good. It did not work well for me. I should have just either stayed up top and switched to Sentry, or dropped straight down and then switched to Sentry then. I don't know why I felt the need to get in his face. I figured I could kill him quick enough if I did that, but apparently not. And I did finally notice that I do have my ultimate here, so I'm going to try to use it. But I kind of use it poorly because I get trapped out in the open because the McCree gets a stun off on me. And for some reason I thought, oh, I got my ultimate, I'm invincible now. Not really the case. Sure, I'm more powerful and I have some more armor, but I can be easily killed. I should not have poked out that far. Since they're getting closer here, switch Junkrat. Try to just lob some crap at them and try to keep them back. See, McCree has his ultimate there, so I get back to the right and avoid him. I'm also trying to pay attention to the very top right, because I can see that they do have some of their guys coming up from up top there. Since we are so close to the home base, I am trying to keep my health up. D.Va tries to roll up on us, but she gets quickly taken out. Or at least her mech does. And at this point, I probably should have switched back to Bastion, because I think it would have been better in terms of being able to set up a defense and try to keep them from making that final push there, because you can see that the payload is really close to the exit point. So I think it would have been better to switch to Bastion, set up a turret somewhere, or Sentry, and just try to keep them back. I don't think Junkrat was necessarily the right cure to be using here in this situation. And unfortunately, too many of our guys get taken out at the same time, so they have a wide open door to make that final push to get the payload across. So we lost this one, but I think it was a pretty good match. I felt it wasn't too one-sided either way, and they were only able to finish it off there in the last 30 seconds, so not too bad. Junkrat has a nice ultimate there. Also gets very aggressive and goes up right in their faces. You see a ton of damage that the Reinhardt blocked there. Played mostly as Bastion, almost half the time, but I did have a nice little spread of different heroes. Quite a few eliminations, a couple of individual kills. But overall, a pretty good match, I think. So that's it for this one. There was one more coming, so I'll see you guys then.